Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm so excited because I have new subscribers, which is so exciting. I'm honestly very excited about subscribers because it's like you don't only like one of my videos, want to see more. So that really motivated me tonight. I just got the notifications to do another energy update because I really like doing energy updates myself. I hope that you enjoy them too if you do like the video. So I know. Um, by the way, comments are turned off because it makes me feel more free, honestly, to be really honest. And I don't worry about, because there's just a lot of like crazy stuff that people feel entitled to say. So I may at some point turn comments on, but for now, I feel like, it's really working for me to be helpful to you and be really honest and show up super authentically because I'm not worried about, you know, what anyone's going to say, but the likes definitely make a big difference. If you like a video, that helps me know. You can always email me. I always put my email in the comments or in the description as well. But the reason I like doing energy updates is because same vibe, like there's no pressure, like I don't feel the pressure of needing to talk about a certain topic. So I can talk about whatever comes up while I'm talking. And I feel like I still have a relatively intimate audience at this point. So I feel like whoever's watching, like it's definitely for you, right? Um, so that is the beauty of doing an energy update. So that's what I'm going to do. And if you're curious about me, if you don't really know who I am um, the energy queen. So I can see energy visually and in my daily life. I see it with my eyes. And I also have learned how to use that ability to help people. And my business is called Energy Queen. And I developed my own method to dissolve negative energy, which is the root cause of all the problems in your life. And to be able to dissolve the root cause, can you imagine that, of all the problems in your life? It is such a game changer, and something I use on myself every day. So my method I call Energy Queen Alchemy because it truly is like the energy world. I'm sure if you're watching my channel, you're interested in energy, and the energy world is a very physical place. That's one of the secrets about it. And honestly, one of the other things that motivates me to keep showing up, you guys, is it's been years, it's been 5 years of me doing this work publicly. I keep thinking someone else is going to say the stuff that I know, and no one ever does. So I'm like, I need to show up, and that's something I don't hear people talking about. The fact that the energy world is very physical, you know, like the physical world is physical. La la la, we can touch things, My bangs are falling all the time. I'm growing them out, but it's physical, the world that we're in. But one of the secrets is imagine the world that creates the physical world. How real and physical must that world be? It's even more physical. It's why we call it the supernatural. It's like the natural world, but super. So the energy world, the amazing thing about it, I'm just going with this because this is what came up right now, is it is a place where it's not actually, it's like it has all the things that the physical world has, but it also has, it's unlimited by the laws of the physical world. So I'm like, I put some of my, look, I put some of my lipstick on my eyebrow. That's fun. This is like a goop highlighter thing. So I put it everywhere, and I guess I put it on my eyebrows now. No, I'm kidding. Okay. But the energy world is something that I want to learn how to describe, so I'm gonna try right now. But like, it's it's a place that it has all the elements of the physical world. So there's color, there is movement, there's everything, like just everything we have here. On top of that, it's not bound by the laws of gravity. It's not bound by, all the physical laws that we have. So that's why you can carry, you know, energetic things that are so big that you wouldn't even be like, it's like, how do you even comprehend that? Because we see the physical world like, even the laws of occupying a space. It's like, if my finger's here, or okay, if my hand is here, this hand can't be where this hand is. It's like one of them is going to have to move. In the energy world, it's like there are layers to things. So in like, you see my body, right? But in this space, the space of where you occupy, however big you are, inside of that, there's more layers than you could even comprehend, because and it's like they're all stored in there, and so it's like hard to explain because we don't have that. We don't have that in the physical world, but in the energy world, that's possible. It's like you can have almost like things sort of condensed into one area. And so that's why we talk about layers of energy. That clear, it's like a layer came out, a layer came out. But I think what people don't understand when you can't see energy physically is that the layers can be like gigantic things. And I have seen, like, I still get surprised all the time, to be honest. Like, I see when I'm clearing negative energy, when I'm letting go of that fear that negative energy is, when I'm, doing things that change my energy, I will see a gigantic shadow that looks like a ghost, like coming out of me. And it's so big. And even now at this point, I've cleared my energy every day for so many years. And I'm still seeing stuff like that. So it's like you have so much, you have a whole like universe inside of you full of all these layers. And one of the really fascinating other secrets about those layers is that they all represent a different moment in time. That's what the layers are. It's like the rings of a tree. And so if you're an old soul, if you've lived for many lifetimes, and I'm Catholic, and I believe in that, because I mean, if you start getting to know me and my work, you'll understand, like, I don't have barriers. Like honestly, when I started working with energy, I realized, like, the barriers that we put up are just, I don't even know what they are anymore. Like, it's just like, you can be Catholic and you can work with energy, and you can be like, you could have a highly, you can be super Buddhist, and you can be like, it's like, you don't have to have like those different separations. So um yeah, like, past lives are gigantic, in my opinion, from what I've learned. And um if you've had a lot of past lives, and I had, honestly, I don't know about you, if you know about your past lives. If you don't, I encourage you to start looking into it if you really want to heal deeply in this lifetime. um Not everybody's ready for that, but if you are somebody who really wants to, like, deeply elevate yourself, then I would recommend looking into that. If you're interested, I don't know, you can email me and I'll give you some recommendations. Um, or you can always do a consult with me, actually. I'll put my link in the description too. That's a good place to start. You can actually talk to me. I'm doing free consults right now. So 100% free too. So yeah, you can come on, we'll talk for 20 minutes, and you can get tons of incredible advice. But um basically what I'm saying is, I like, you just, if you've had a lot of lifetimes, you have that many more layers. And inside of those layers are negative energies that are stored. And what negative energies are a negative frequency. And the third big secret I'll reveal to you here is that your energy creates your reality. So we live, like, the cool thing about heaven is that heaven is the reason why, like, how do I explain this? Okay. The reason why heaven is so beautiful, why it's heaven, is because when you die, you can see the truth about everything. And so when you see the truth about everything, you instantly release all the negative energy that you had inside of you. Because what negative energy is untruth, it's illusions. All energies are beliefs. And so negative energy is negative beliefs, which are ultimately not true. If you could see everything about everything, the God perspective. So when you die, you see that. And so you see the truth. And so you instantly release all the things that are not true that you believed, all the energies, and those are negative energies. And your energy creates your reality. So that's why heaven is beautiful, because you have everybody there has released all the negative energy. So the only thing you have inside of you is your true positive energy. What's that going to emanate and create in your reality? Positive things. That's why heaven's beautiful. And the incredible thing about heaven as well, you guys, is that there's no limit to, it blows my mind, it makes me want to cry. There's no limit to positivity. And I think we just don't understand that on earth because we're always struggling so much. I don't know why. It makes me so emotional because we just waste so much time. Oh my God. I think I've wasted a lot of time. That's why it makes me really emotional. Oh my God. And I'm just so grateful, like, that I know this now. And I still struggle with this myself, you know, like feeling really discouraged. And I think this is probably the energy update I'm giving is like, you gotta like, I think baby steps are okay right now, to be honest. Like, be really gentle with yourself, and even the smallest things that are positive will keep moving you forward because we've got such big dreams. And I feel like right now, like we're watching the Olympics and we're watching all these people's dreams come true. And like, I think a lot of us feel like, when are my dreams gonna come true? Like you know, like, is it gonna be another how many years or whatever? Like, it's just sometimes you feel like you're in that before space, and it's just really hard because it's like, I don't know about you, but something I felt is something like, I don't know if my dreams are ever gonna happen. Am I always gonna be in this like kind of like it's like a pre-climax? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a sexual metaphor, but it's like you're it's all like you're kind of waiting for the change, you're waiting for the climaxes. And if you're there long enough, you start to be like, is it ever gonna even happen? Am I always just gonna kind of feel like that? And the irony is, of course, if you don't keep going, then you won't ever get there. So you have to keep going. But it's hard sometimes because you're like, well, am I ever even gonna, is it even ever gonna, you know? And I think that's what I really want to say is like, it's okay to just do anything, you know? Like, I think as long as you don't stop, I think that you will eventually get there. I think really the only way that you don't get there is if you stop. And so a solution to that is maybe you're not feeling super motivated, and maybe you're feeling down, and maybe you don't know if it's ever going to happen, and you don't know, you know, how to keep going sometimes. But that's why baby steps are helpful in a time like that, because it's like doing anything will still matter. And yet you're not forcing yourself. Um, I found lately even the simplest things like cleaning, sweeping the floor, you know, making my bed, um, like making food, and like I make this beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, but I make this beautiful, there we go, you can almost see it. Maybe I'll use the spoon. There we go. I make this beautiful thing called golden milk, and it's with turmeric and mm, and ginger. You can actually Google the recipe for golden milk. I use almond milk, and lots of honey is the secret to it tasting good, and some black pepper. and it just sort of feels like a potion. And that just makes me feel so good and nourished and healthy, and it's good for your sleep. And I think, small things that are positive, even though they're small, that's the power of positive energy. Is it still matters, it still adds up. So you can do the smallest positive thing. You can start reading a book. Actually, I got this out of the library, Steve Martin, Born Standing Up. I love it. Because I do comedy here in New York, and that's a dream that I'm working on. And my work with Energy Queen, that's another dream I'm working on. Doing this video, that's one small thing. It's like the smallest things. Don't discount those, and don't discount adding even one into your day. You might feel like you lost a whole day because you weren't productive. You might feel like you're so down that you can't even do one thing. But if you do just one thing, it doesn't matter how big it is, it will matter. And I'm going to get back to the heaven stuff, but I want to tell you where I learned this. The origin of me being able to see energy the way I do happened because I got really sick with Lyme disease. I got a tick bite when I was 15 years old, hiking in the west coast of Canada and British Columbia in the summer. It's one of the best summers of my life. And I didn't know that I had this big tick bite on my butt. It's 15, so I didn't tell anybody. I didn't know what it was. And so it lived in my system. When I was 19, I went through a highly stressful time. My immune system got suppressed, and the Lyme disease got its chance, basically. This is my moment. So it took over my body and my mind, and I didn't have a diagnosis till I was 26. And Lyme disease, I don't know if you know, but it affects every single organ. It affects your neurological system. It mimics mental illness. So I thought for about 6 or 7 years, I am mentally ill, and I know that struggle because I tried so diligently to deal with it. And every diagnosis, and I got a lot of different ones because nobody knew I had Lyme disease the whole time. I was like, okay, I'll deal, fine, whatever. I just have to feel better. But they never made me feel better. And so I suffered a lot. And I got to the point where my body was dying. I was dying. I didn't know I was dying. I still thought I was just anxious. And I prayed to Jesus. That was I had really tried everything else. I prayed to the image of the Divine Mercy, which is an incredible image that a nun in St. Faustina, a Polish nun in the 1930s, Jesus appeared to her and told her to have this image painted of him. It's called the Divine Mercy. And it has these two big rays coming out of his chest, representing the blood and the water that apparently when he was on the cross after he died, I think it says in the Bible, they cut him and blood and water miraculously came out of his heart. And those are real elements, by the way. That's the blood and water are what I use the most in the energy world to clear negative energy. I'm so deeply inspired by the Divine Mercy because it saved my life. I went to every doctor, I tried everything for years. I had zero answer, and my life was on the line. I didn't even know it is the crazy part. Can you imagine dying and not even you don't even know that you're dying, and everyone just thinks you're crazy, and you're getting alienated by your family, and you think you're crazy, and you're not, but that's what I went through. And I think I just decided when I got on my knees and I prayed to that image, because my mom had a big poster of the Divine Mercy in our kitchen, and I just got on my knees, I prayed, and I also really surrendered And I was like, you know what? If I have to feel this bad the rest of my life because I can't seem to find any way to feel better, okay, fine. I choose to live. I choose to live. If you want me to suffer this much, fine. I'm doing my best. But I know, and this is what gave me a lot of faith. I just was like, I know that you can help me. And I didn't even have like that deep of a relationship with Jesus. I really didn't. It doesn't matter if you grow up Catholic, you guys. It's all about the personal connection you have with God. And I just had heard enough about him that I was like, okay, you can help me. Please do. And then I think it was a month or two later on my birthday, my 26th birthday, I finally had a test result that said it's potentially due to Lyme disease. And it was like the best gift because I realized from that moment, I knew what I had to heal. It's like you can't heal what you don't know. You have to heal. So I had an answer. But that moment of choosing to live, I have heard that there's something called a pineal gland in your brain that can open up when you're at the point of death and you choose to live. And that when that opens up, you can develop, or like latent spiritual powers can blossom. And honestly, I think that's what happened to me. That's why I started seeing the energy world. And it just, that was years ago, but that was really the beginning of me being able to do this and see this. And that's where it happened. So I like to tell people that story. And one thing I want to say though is that in the before period, when I didn't have an answer, I didn't know if I was going to get better. I lived day to day a very, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like existing. I was really young and I couldn't go to school. I couldn't work, barely could go outside. I had such bad agoraphobia. Having a bacteria in your brain is really intense. And at one point I realized something though, because so many days were going by, that the days would go by no matter what. So that's something that you can rely on. The days are going to keep going by. But I noticed that if I did something positive, it would still be there the next day. And I remember this because my dad, I think, planted some flowers on the side of our house. And I think I just sort of like realized this. I was like, if I take some flowers and I put them in my room, then when I wake up tomorrow, there's going to be flowers in my room. It's like, wow, if I even do the smallest positive thing, tomorrow, like it's like it stays there. And that was the beginning of me really understanding that concept that is so important to your life. And that connects with what I was talking about heaven, which is positive energy stays. You can build it. It stays, you guys. Negative energy dissolves. So everything negative that has ever happened to you can dissolve. Positive energy that you build stays forever. So if you do one positive thing today, that's why I'm saying even a baby step, tomorrow it will still be there. The work that you did will still be there. And not only that, you're going to be able to go a step further because of what you did. So maybe today you take one step, but then when you wake up tomorrow, if you take another step, now in 2 days you went from here to here, and now you're here. And then on the third day you can take another step, and now you're here. And then you just keep going. So that's a big secret, because we don't know how much time we have on earth, right? You don't know how much time the trick of negative energy is it tries to distract you and waste your time. This is probably why I got so emotional, because that's happened to me a lot. It wastes your time so that you don't do this. Because the truth is, let's say you have 80 years to live, your whole vibe of your life, what you build in those 80 years could be either here, or depending on how much positive you build, it could be here. Like, it is endless how far you can go, because positivity builds. So it never stops. And when I say positivity, I'm talking about frequency. I'm talking about vibe. I'm talking about, like, think about the most high vibe person you know. Like, there's not even a limit to that. It goes further. It never stops. So think about how good your life could be, and then how much better it could be. And so you have a certain amount of time, right? Well, when you're 80, you could be at this vibe, or you could be at this vibe, depending on where you start today. Do you feel what I'm saying? So heaven is a place where that's where you live, and there's no negativity, and all you do, that's all you do. You just build and build and build and build and build, build and build and build and build and build. Beautiful high frequencies, and they manifest from inside of you. And there, I've seen, like, there are different places in heaven, and there's different, and they're just so beautiful, and they're all just reflecting the beauty of your spirit. And it's just so infinite. And it's not just the outside results that are infinite, it's the inside beauty of you that's infinite, the infinite expression of the soul that you are, the love that you are, the spark of God that you are. And it's truly mind-blowing, I think, for us to imagine a reality like that. But the cool thing about being on Earth is that we can't see the truth. So we do have negative stuff. We do have illusions. We have negative stuff inside of us, and then we see negative things happen that creates. But the cool thing is, it's just an illusion. And so you can have heaven on earth. But the way that you get it is two things: clearing the negative energy, because yes, it will distract you. Yes, it will create negative things in your life. It will become something you have to deal with. If you ignore it, that's what gives it power. When people have a problem and they want to work with me because I clear negative energy, that's what I do. With Energy Queen Alchemy, I dissolve it in layers. It's like a facial. It's like cleaning, literally cleaning your energy, so that you don't even deal with it. You get to focus on all the positive stuff. And I've seen my clients thrive. I've been watching them now for years, because I've been doing this for 5 years now. And what blows my mind is that they keep thriving. It's not just a, like, oh, I feel better like today. It's like, in 5 years, you're going to be doing, like I said, you're going to be so much further, because the negative stuff isn't distracting you anymore. So getting the negative stuff out of the way, major, but also focus on the positive. And it sounds like a cliche, but trust me, that will never not serve you. It will never not serve you to focus on the positive. It will never not serve you to have a gratitude journal, to meditate, to pray, to take action, trying to improve things, to clean, to eat well, to love, to be kind, to exercise, to literally anything positive, to go after your dreams, to eat chocolate, whatever it is, like wear flowers, like anything positive. You're building that foundation, and then you keep going up and up and up. So I'll close off by saying this. When you watch, the Olympians, and you watch them have that moment of glory, I was thinking tonight, if I was an Olympian, what I would be saying is, like, yes, this moment was great. This moment was miraculous and wonderful. But it was all the moments leading up to that, that led up to that. You know, if that person didn't work out day to day, like they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be able to do it. If they didn't have somebody there to help them through the hard times, they wouldn't be there. You know, so it's the same with you and your goal. Someday you will get there. And I think I told you the story of the illness I went through, because I did go through that period of feeling like, I don't know if this is ever going to get better. And that's how I feel like I've kind of been feeling lately about my dreams. And you might be feeling about the things that you're dreaming about. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I got to the point where I was like, if it doesn't, I'm okay, you know? And then it did. I did get an answer. I did get what I wanted. And so I think it's inevitable that you will get what you want. You will get what you're pushing for. But just like an Olympian having that gold medal moment, it's not just about that. It's about the building, you know, up to that. So that's why I'm saying keep building day to day, and know that because of the nature of positive energy, which is eternal and it stays, every little thing you do is still going to matter. It's still going to get you up there. It's not like you're going to ever go up and go down. You literally just keep going up, and it's just how fast do you want to go. So I hope that motivates you. I love talking about energetic theory. I love talking about these secrets that I've been able to garner from literally just watching the energy world. If this video helped you, please give it a like. If you didn't subscribe yet, I would love you to subscribe. And that really encourages me to keep showing up for you. And if you feel like someone is out there who could benefit from this, please share or share to your social media. I feel like this is a really, you know, this is a message that could help a lot of people. So I really hope that it does. And thank you for listening. So I'll see you at the next video, and lots of love. Bye.